In this episode, I'm going to show you what happens when you bury logs and other plant waste into your vegetable garden to create a hugelkultur raised bed. Over 3 years ago, I filled this raised bed with logs, sticks and other plant waste material to fill the bottom half of this raised bed to create a hugelkultur. I did this to save on soil and compost, because if you want to fill a raised bed of this size with compost, you will need a lot of compost or a lot of bought bags. So a hugelkultur is a great way to save on soil and compost. Now I have other plants for this area, so it needs to be cleared out. So I've got one giant open space here. It's part of a bigger project. It will definitely be here on the channel in the future, but first let's remove all of the logs and the sticks of this raised bed to see what's happened underneath our soil. And of the smell of this raised bed, I already can tell there is a lot of fungal activity. It smells like a forest floor. I smell the mycelium of the mycelium network, of course. So it's time to remove the sticks. I will put them in the wheelbarrow and then we can see what happens to our logs, sticks and other plant waste material. Our first log, and it's starting to decompose. First we'll capture a lot of sticks and logs, and then we can see in the wheelbarrow what is happening with the logs and the green waste material and the logs, of course. Now for the sticks, they are really soft. And here you can see some mycelium network and also some plant roots that are wrapping around, in this case, this stick. Very soft, I can easily break it. I already want to show a few things. For example, this was a pile of leaves, so I put logs and leaves in top of each other, and as you can see, the roots of plants are just creeping in this leafy material. It smells like a forest. It's starting to decompose. Most of it you can see that it were leaves. Here we have a log, and as you can see here, a lot of fungal activity. Also the wood is becoming very loose. I can peel it apart. Also very wet, so it keeps the moisture for the plants. And just a lot of fungal activity. But you see, it's starting to form into soil because of the microbial life and the insects. I came across snails, spiders, worms. And here you can see, so a lot of fungal activity. It's starting to decompose the wooden logs, and without any effort. So this is a very loose material, and the smell, it's just like in a forest. some of the insects on these logs. We've got, I'm not sure if they are alive, but these are tiger snails. Very heavy log because of the moisture, but the snails are still alive because they are starting to creep. Here we have mushrooms growing on the log, and here the 1,000-legged creatures. I'm not sure how to pronounce it in English, but all helping decomposing the material and feeding our soil. Yeah, and just in the open air, the smell of fungi, it's crazy. Not crazy, it's forest smell, fungi smell. I will bring some of these logs to the food forest where they can build soil. I will also put a lot underneath conifer tree to create soil. And also otherwise there are still a lot of logs in this raised bed, but otherwise it's too much to put in the car and bring it to the food forest. So it can have a further purpose here underneath the trees. There I'm storing a lot of materials that are slowly in decomposing. I will put it underneath the trees where it can bring back soil life to its highest potential, of course. So here underneath the conifer tree I'm storing a lot of green waste material that is slow in decomposing to make some good soil here. Because I'm not sure if you can know this or if you can see it, but I have a very sandy soil. So by putting these logs, this green waste material, I slowly give nutrients in the soil. I will bring back soil life here. So a lot of insects and a lot of birds are benefiting from this because there is food for everyone. Free at this place. Now I will pull out the rest out of our raised bed so we can remove it. Our raised bed is disconnected, removed, disappeared. Just a few pieces. I can pull it out. I will leave it now for a second because all of the soil. I also removed the tree, as you can see. I did some modification on the gutter because there was a pipe here supported by this concrete pole this way, and the branches, they were holding the steel pipe at its place. So by removing this tree I needed to modify a few things so it can temporarily still in use for my rainwater. But so I've now one giant open space, so later in the future I can put more beds in here till the border, and then I have 6 more beds on this area when the shed is gone, so 5 to 6 beds here in this area. Now we will remove the tree, and therefore Of course, these logs will not go to waste. They will give me heat in the winter. Not this year, but probably next year, because it needs to dry. But yeah, for now, collect the logs, put it aside. Then I will try to remove the root that is still in the ground, so that we have a real open space here, and then I can tackle this area. But still a lot of work to do. Finally, after 5 hours of digging and cutting and hitting it with the hammer, I finally managed to remove the tree root, piece of trunk. It's very heavy, so now I need to pull it out of this giant hole, and afterwards I can close the hole, and then I can start tackling our other side where you guys are, to make it finished, so I can put my greenhouse over there. But still a lot of work to do. So for now I will try to take out this heavy trunk out of the hole. Windy day today, by the way. Now it starts to rain, of course. Ta-da! So what I did here was, this concrete pole was here, so I've cut off a piece of this concrete slab, and I moved the pole to the to this side, so afterwards I can create a pathway here, a bit wider. Then here there will be a vegetable bed, and in the future, when the shed is gone, there will be more vegetable beds all the way to the border. But yeah, that's it for this episode. I would say happy gardening, and see you in the next. Peace.